So, welcome to episode 4 of On the List. I'm living in the future because I'm from down under. And I'm your host, Nick. I'm here with Dovey
Hello.
and Jen.
Hello.
And we're going to spit out some facts about some golden oldies. That sounds wrong because it's from 2013, my movie. Anyway,
And mine's from this year.
let's
Or
let's
last
not
year,
let's not get into it. Let's not get into it, baby. We're just cruising. So anyway, I watched Pitch Perfect 2013. Yeah, look, I don't have much to say about Pitch Perfect, so I think we should probably start with Sinners. Uh so yeah, let's just get into it. What did you think of Sinners, Dovey?
It was trash. No, it was actually really good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like that and this is kind of a thing with like newer movies. I like that it is just kind of its own thing and it
Yeah.
ends and like it's done.
Yeah, totally. I went in with nothing, like knowing nothing about it. And then I feel like that was kind of stupid of me because apparently the poster is like very vampire coded.
I was gonna say
Um,
I'm very surprised because like I at least went in
yeah,
knowing that it was about vampires, but that was it. I'm like to go in with
yeah,
nothing. I'm like I don't know how you know about the movie and not that it's about vampires.
yeah, totally. Like, I don't know. I just like, I went in knowing nothing. I don't even think I saw a trailer for this thing. And then all I knew was that Michael B. Jordan was doing a dual role. And I was like,
Mhm.
okay, that's either going to be bad or surprisingly good. And then I'm watching this thing. I'm like, this is great. Like, you just got the like the deep blues sort of music through line, and that young kid, man, I don't know his name, but he's like 19 or 20 or something. It's his first acting gig, and his singing's insane.
Yeah.
Like, what? I was shocked. I'm like, I could just listen to a full album from you. Like, unreal. Totally unreal.
Yeah, I didn't realize
Um,
that was his first gig. That was a really good job.
yeah. Yeah, first acting gig. Like,
His name
yeah,
is Miles Canton.
right. Yeah, he was great. I really, yeah, really thoroughly enjoyed that movie. Um, yeah, so tell me more about it. What did you like about it? What didn't you like?
I also liked that because a lot of movies like kind of change how vampires work, and there's
Mm,
always like whenever you have some that sort of like mythical creature thing, like sure you can take some liberties and change how it does each thing, but this one, like a lot of them don't do the fact that like vampires have to get invited in. And I
yeah.
really like when they do that because it adds a lot more to the story. Because when they can just go in, like I don't know if you've seen, I think it's 30 Days of Night, which is
I
another
actually
like, is
That's
it
the
on
one in
your watch list?
Alaska, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that.
It's another really good one, but it doesn't do that. Where if I remember correctly, they can just
Yeah.
kind of go in, and so most of the movie is like it's more about them hiding
Yeah.
than doing. Whereas this one, it's like they're right outside. Everyone knows that, but they also know that they can't get in. So then they have to do like trickery and stuff like that to get in. And I like
Yeah.
when they do that a lot more than when they don't. But
Yeah,
they did
totally.
an interesting thing with the hive mind thing that
Mm.
I don't think I've seen before. So they still did something different, but they kept more to the core, which I like.
I absolutely loved that there's like that moment in the middle where they just start just jamming out and the kid starts on stage. He's like being ushered up. He's like, all right, he's gonna do his bit. It's gonna rock the house. And then it just goes through like every era of like blues, rock, hip hop, like just all of it. I'm just like, what is this? Like, there's a spaceman in there, and then there's like, I, I, I can't remember it too well. I do remember that moment happening, and I was like, what is happening? Because like it was like just so strong, and then from there is like when I remember like the movie kind of kicks off, and then it gets like a bit more action heavy from there, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
They did kind of a I think it was like to basically give a reason on why the vampires want to get in, but they basically made it so that like in that universe or world or however when you say it, um, there's like someone will have like these powers of like singing that can recall spirits from both past and present. And so
That's right.
it
Yep.
didn't really like explain like what that can do outside of it just maybe being like, hey, it's brings everyone together. And so because of the hive mind thing, then the vampires want it so that they can do that. But it's kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, even if they can do that, like what can they do with that? And that's what
Mm.
I don't know. Maybe I missed that part, but I didn't really know like why that was a big deal outside of someone can do it.
Yeah, yeah, I completely forgot about that whole like the opening sort of folklore tale that was kind of
Yeah.
tying it all together and bringing it all together. But yeah, no, I just like it was just like it felt fresh, it felt quite original. Like I haven't watched many vampire movies to be fair. Like I've seen like classics like Interview with a Vampire, which is very different. That's more
Very
like
different.
like that's more romanticizing a vampire. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of that echelon, but like from Dusk Till Dawn, like Tarantino, like that's kind of a little more towards Sinners, but also very different. Um,
Did
but
you watch Day Shift
Day Shift,
with
mm, I don't think so.
oh, I can't think of his name. Who's in Day Shift?
I'm not sure. Yeah, no, I don't remember a movie by the name of Day Shift. Yeah, I don't like
Jamie
Jamie
vampire.
Foxx.
Foxx. Yeah.
Oh, Jamie. Oh, okay. No, no, I can't even picture it to be honest.
It's him and like Dave Franco's in it, Snoop Dogg's in it.
Oh, hold on. Is that the one that was on Netflix?
Probably it's it's
And they're like
2022.
cleaners or something or other, and they're going around killing
Yeah, killing
vampires?
vampires and they collect their
Yeah,
poop
I
and then
did. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I clearly forgot about it. It was
I
quite
mean it's
forgettable.
yeah, it's not the
Yeah,
greatest movie, but it is like a
yeah.
more of an actiony vampire movie.
Yeah, no, I think bringing it back to your point of like I guess like really acknowledging the lore of vampire, like kind of like that how they need the invitation to come across that boundary sort of thing and then get invited in. Like, yeah, I never really thought about it in the moment when I was watching Sinners, but I actually really like that thinking back on it now and the fact that that isn't explored in a lot of other vampire movies. I think
Yeah.
that's really cool. The cinematography in this movie, man, is so good. Like, it is insane. I saw it in IMAX when it came out, and like it's using full 70 millimeter, and I'm just like, this is crazy. Like the sunsets, and then like just the cornfields, and like that first sort of like proper indication that there's vampires kind of in this world with that guy that's like running through the cornfield and he comes up on that farmhouse and then
Mhm.
ends up like taking him. Like just that whole moment was just so powerful, man. Like so well shot. The audio and like sound design in this movie is so good. Like it really nails it. Like the music is incredible too. Like really it really sells like I don't that I don't know, like that prohibition era with mix of vampire horror themes and like just really takes it and runs with it. And
Yeah.
it's just good. Good
I
movie.
I kinda wish that I saw this one in theaters.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think it's a worthy cinema movie for sure.
I'm
But
sorry, that's my bad.
did you enjoy it, Jen?
I did enjoy it. I didn't know it was about vampires. Like, I also didn't
Yeah.
know anything about the movie. Unfortunately, I think when Sinners was in the theaters, Final Destination Bloodlines was also in theater, and I really wanted to see that because I've always been like a huge fan of the franchise. That was all I could think of, so
Yeah. Man, that Final Destination movie, not to get off topic, was so it was so good, but so rubbish too. Like it was good because it felt like a 2000s Final Destination movie, but it was so bad.
yeah, 100%. I was like, are
Like,
you guys really retconning your own lore?
I love it though. I love that they committed to so many of the gags and like just I think we talked about it before with the one in the hospital with the MRI machine or whatever.
Yep, practical
And
effects.
how yeah, it was practical and stuff. I'm like, that's great. Like it's ridiculous, but it's great. Um yeah. I really loved Michael B. Jordan in Sinners. I think it's probably
Yeah.
one of the best roles I've seen him in other than maybe Creed. Like I really like him in Creed.
Yeah.
Kill Killmonger's Killmonger. Just whatever.
Yeah, Killmonger. I mean, it's kind of what like I think Creed was better. I think Killmonger,
Mm,
like, you could kind of take any decent actor and it was still would have
yeah.
been fine. Whereas Creed
Yeah.
and I think this one, like, you really needed a good actor.
Yeah. It seems as well that like it's funny because what was it last episode you watched Mickey 17? Or was it, no, the one before because you
The
did Poor
first one.
Things. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's interesting that this I don't know what the actual term for it is, but like this dual role that a single actor does, it seems like more of a thing now more than ever, and I don't know why that is. Like the first the first example I can think of is Legend with Tom Hardy, and he did the two the two gangster brothers,
Wasn't
and
Split before that?
or maybe
Because
yeah,
that's the first one I think
maybe.
of, but I could be.
Yeah. No, I feel like they're probably around the same time. If not, I feel like Split might have been after. As I feel like Legend
Yeah,
is like a 2015 movie.
Tom
yeah,
Hardy's
that.
movie
But
is 2015 and Split is 2016.
Yeah, okay.
okay, yeah. So yeah, so close together. But like that's I think of those two as big examples, especially Split with because McAvoy's doing like what seven,
Yeah,
eight
no, it's
personalities or something or
it's
other.
pretty nutty.
Yeah, yeah. And then like yeah, jumping forward, I can't think of too many in between, but like, you know, Robert Pattinson, Mickey 17 doing two roles, like they're just it must be so just technically difficult even just as an actor to just manage that in your head and like scene to scene just kind of like pull it together as well in something that is just makes sense and feels like concise and consistent.
Well, I kind of wonder how they're filmed because
Yeah, I wonder too.
I know you can't film like all of one character and then go back and film all of another because like you'll have your set pieces built and it's like you have to do both characters in that case. But
Well, they have
it would be
stand-ins, right?
I would assume so, yeah, that
Yeah.
they would have a stand-in and then probably scrub them out
Yeah, or maybe they're wearing like a
like a blue
green
suit
morph.
or
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a
That
morph
like
suit or
that's
something.
what I mean. It'd be interesting to see that, but it's kind of funny because I didn't know that he was doing a dual role or whatever we want to call
Yeah,
that. I didn't realize that he was doing that. And then when I saw them both, I'm like, is that I was like, is he doing that? And I was kind
yeah,
of like because I don't granted for pretty much every example, they do a good job, but I'm not a fan of it in the sense of because I always look at it as like I know that's the same person. Even though
yeah.
they're
No,
doing two
I'm the
different
same.
roles, it's like
Yeah,
I know you're the
yeah,
same person and it
yeah.
loses a little bit of that.
I think yeah, I don't know how you manage to do twins without doing that, but I am with you that I find it hard to see just the twins kind of in the scope
Yeah.
of the movie. I always see two Michael B. Jordans first of all, and throughout the whole movie, hopefully I kind of like switch off to that. And then at the end I'm like, oh yeah, he did well doing two roles. I kind of like, you know, I got lost in the characters. I
Yeah.
think it comes down to how strong your characters are. Because like I James McAvoy, I think that's a bit different because he's not playing twins, and
Right.
it's one singular person but with multiple personalities. So that's like that's way easier to wrangle in my mind when I'm
Right,
watching
because
that
it
movie.
is essentially the same person,
Exactly.
just is a different
Yeah.
personality.
Yeah, totally. But then, like, when I think back to something like Legend or even, well, not Mickey 17. I think Mickey 17 is closer to like James McAvoy. But
Yeah,
like when I think of Legend, where it's Tom Hardy playing these two twins, like I think that that was probably better just because of how like crazy those two brothers were, and like
and
he was
how
just going
different
at
they
it.
were. Like,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were
like
very like, in this one, they're definitely still brothers, and they're their own people, but they're also very similar.
they are, aren't they? Yeah,
Whereas Legend is like, these are 2 different, like,
yeah,
people. Like, they are
yeah. Like
vastly
one
different.
one has a short fuse and just wants to fucking kill whoever says something. And then the other guy's like, whoa, chill, chill, chill. And it's like, that works really well. And it's easy to get like stuck into those characters and not see two versions of Tom Hardy acting on
Yeah,
screen at the same time. But I agree that in Sinners, Michael B. Jordan, like those two brothers, I forget what their names are, but those two
Smoke and
brothers, they,
Stack.
yeah, smoke and stack. Dude, I love that. I love that. It's so good.
I
Yeah,
love that they
smokestack.
have
Fuck yeah.
their names on rings too, Smoke and
Yeah,
Stack.
Mhm.
yep,
And I was just
yeah.
like,
They're
that is
so
so
well
cool.
outfitted too. Their
Yeah,
suits and like they look so good.
yeah,
Like, yeah, I loved it. I love like the sets and like that barn as well, just as a continuous set used throughout the core of the movie. Like it was incredible. Like you had the whole like upstairs unit, which was kind of used in like the latter half, and then like the main dance floor into that storeroom, into the bar, and like you don't need much to tell that story, but I think it's just like less is more
yeah.
in a movie like that, where it's like quite tight and confined and close, which I think also nods well to the vampirism that's being explored, right? Like
Yeah, it
I
kinda
like that.
reminded me of the original Saw too, where the
Yep.
main story is very much in, like, just this one spot, and, like,
Yep.
Saw did there's a little bit of storytelling from, like, various places, but it's still the core is a very small area, and I do like that.
Yeah. Nah, it worked really well. Really well. Ah, good. Good. So you liked it.
I did, like
Better than Poor Things.
I kinda figured look, I would even consider watching Sinners again. I
Yeah, totally. Totally. It's a very rewatchable movie for sure.
yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Yeah, nice.
Oh, while we were watching, Dovey
Yeah.
and I actually found a connection to Sinners and Pitch Perfect.
Oh god.
Haley Steinfeld, who is in
That's
Sinners,
right.
is in
Oh,
Pitch Perfect too.
okay. See, that's fascinating because like I'd said a couple of weeks ago when we were picking movies, like I'm gonna do my hardest to find a connection between these two movies. And you've done my work for me. But that's like I love it. There is actually a connection to Pitch
There
Perfect and Sinners, and you don't even need to scratch far. Like, you know. Also, she was great in Sinners.
she was,
I
yeah.
yeah, I really
That
enjoyed her
I
because
actually think everyone was good. Like, it is just a very good,
yeah,
like, finished movie that you can just
yeah,
kind of watch. You don't have to worry about watching, like, these end credit scenes, and you don't have to worry
no,
about, like, loose ends being open. Like,
yeah,
it's just a very well done, self-contained movie, and that's
totally,
very refreshing.
And the dialogue
yeah,
is
no,
very
totally,
crisp. And if you weren't 100% paying attention, you kind of miss a few things, which was because things were so quick witted with the barn and everybody came in. I was like, wait, when did that happen? And then Dovey, after we watched the movie, we went back to watch it, and then we realized that the Asian woman, the wife, yelled
mm,
out, "Motherfuckers come in," inviting them all
Yeah.
in
yeah,
because she's
yeah,
angry. And I was like,
yeah, totally.
oh,
Oh, so good.
it was a good
Like, so
movie.
yeah, so like, there's so much detail I think throughout it that you would really pick up on a rewatch,
Yeah.
and you don't necessarily feel like you've missed out not picking up on that stuff on the first watch either, which I think is really important.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, just nailing it. I mean, he's done back to back. Like the Black Panther movies are great. not only for Marvel, but just generally speaking, they're just good movies.
Yeah.
Mind you, I haven't seen Wakanda Forever, but the first Black Panther is fantastic. And then going into Sinners, like just yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see what's next. Like I think Sinners is gonna clean up at the awards. Like I I
It
I don't know
better.
what, but it's interesting I say that though, and like we'll get to it when we talk about like what else we've been watching. But I went and saw One Battle After Another, the new
Mm,
Paul Thomas Anderson movie,
mhm.
and that's that's just winning, bro. Like it's just winning. Like I have not seen. We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
I,
But
I think I think
actually, no.
Sinners
Like I won't actually because I want you to see it. I'm not going to spoil anything.
I
But
think Sinners will get nominated for a lot, or at least
totally,
it should, but then
yeah.
maybe not win them, but at least get like some recognition on that.
Yeah, at least get that recognition of nominees. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Completely agree. Um, okay. Well, I've already ruined your segue into Pitch Perfect. But so I watched Pitch Perfect, and
10 out of 10.
is it this
It is.
movie weirdly was overhyped for me. And I don't like that seems crazy to me in 2025 watching Pitch Perfect for the first time that this movie has been overhyped. And like, I don't usually talk about Pitch Perfect with people over the years. Like, it's never really come up. There's been a couple of instances where somebody's like, "Oh, I love that movie. It's so good. Nick, you should watch it." Like, yeah, 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 whatever. And then I finally watch it. I'm like, I expected more. Like, I actually just did. Now, like, I don't know if Pitch Perfect is kind of like not the best one in the series. Is that the case? Is it kind of like one of those things where you know? Pitch Perfect 2, it really blew up. Like that was the one. Like they learned a lot, and they were like, "Yeah, this is how you make a Pitch Perfect movie."
To be fair, Pitch
I don't
Perfect
know.
is I think is the best one out of the three. But
Okay, the
there,
first one.
yeah, the first one. But Pitch Perfect
Yeah.
was riding the coattail of Glee that came out. Glee came out in
Okay.
2009.
Yeah.
Pitch
All
Perfect came
right.
out in 2012, and Pitch
Yeah.
Perfect did it better than Glee.
Gotcha. Okay. That actually makes a lot of sense because I never watched Glee, but everybody watched Glee.
Yes. Glee was
I
the
didn't
one that
Um.
watch Glee.
started the phenomena of like
Yeah.
singing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. So okay. So I enjoyed Pitch Perfect, which I don't think is surprising to anyone that kind of knows my movie taste. But like, I like musicals, and I like, it's catchy. Like,
It's
it's
a
hard
fun
not.
movie.
Yeah, it's hard not to get into it. Now that being said, I do not like movies that are set in college. I just do not like it. I think it's the stupidest thing ever. It's so
There
dumb.
are
They
so
get
many
these
though.
Dude, they get these actors that are like almost 30 to play college kids. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. This makes no sense. And I'm like, the best thing about it was Jesse, the movie guy. And I'm like, look, I can relate to you. Now, the fact that you really like Breakfast Club, I don't really relate to that.
You
But
don't like Breakfast Club?
I'm not saying that.
How do
I
I keep
don't
people
like
from
it as
calling?
much as Jesse. Dude, Breakfast Club is Jesse's favorite movie. That's ridiculous. I don't care who you ask. That's ridiculous. He had a stack of DVDs. E.T. was in there, bro. E.T. That is by far better than Breakfast Club. Dude, Jaws was in there. I saw it. I looked at the spines. I'm like, man, this guy has some good taste in movies, but like just he's just picking the wrong one to really, get into, get into Anna Kendrick's good books.
I don't
He
know,
also likes
You
man.
Star
know,
Wars. They had a full conversation about that.
yeah, dude, he had Star Wars. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Anyway, so all of that aside, Jesse would love Letterbox, by the way. He would love Letterboxd. That would be his favorite thing in the world. Um, what I did like about it though is that the Breakfast Activities? No, the Breakfast Club. The two breakfast movies. What are the chances?
Right?
Okay, so the Breakfast Club was surprisingly a through line through to the end, like to the end, and I wasn't expecting that to the point where she does a mashup with the oh fuck, I forget the song. People are gonna be hating me right now. Whatever the song
Don't
is at the end of
you
yeah, there you go.
forget
Thank you.
about me.
Exactly. So she does that with a mashup of like whatever 2012 trash R&B hip hop song was there. And like this, okay, she has the worst mashups I've ever heard. Like these songs suck, dude. These are the songs that you do when you're like in like middle school, you just got a MacBook and you got GarageBand and you're pulling in samples
That's
and
what
you're
it's
mashing
supposed to be, because that's where it takes
dude.
place.
Then why are these making it to the radio? Why are these making it to the radio?
Because
I
at
don't
the
get it.
time when the movies were out, that shit
There's
was
no
banging.
way that this shit makes it to the radio, dude. It's ridiculous.
Wasn't this only the
Absolutely
college
ridiculous.
radio?
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's just
still,
college.
you're making it onto the radio. The point is like the jock guy that runs the radio station is like so up himself, and then at the end he's like, oh, you know what? This mixture of fucking Snoop Dogg and fucking I don't know
Christmas song.
Daft yeah
Yeah,
Christmas
not the
song and
first. I
Daft
thought it was
Punk
the
is
second one.
sick. What movie?
No, the Snoop Dogg.
And here
Oh.
comes
Christmas.
Santa Claus.
Oh god. So like I'm just like I couldn't believe it. I'm watching this thing. I'm just scoffing the whole time. I'm like, are you serious? Are you kidding me right now with this shit? And then,
Hell
dude,
yeah.
one of the best lines was when she's talking to oh, okay. At the beginning, where she goes into the showers or whatever, and then the chick that runs the a cappella group is like next door, and then she's just like, "Hey, sup?" And then she's like, "Was that titanium? You know David Guetta?" I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" Everybody knows who he is. Everybody.
He was up
Everybody.
and coming at the time.
Bro,
Not everyone knew.
don't even start. Like, I was like, what? Like, this is so bullshit. So bullshit. And then Rebel Wilson, look, I'm Australian, but I do not like Rebel Wilson. She is so annoying. And like,
Yeah.
uh oh, why like just why is she gotta
This,
be in this movie?
I will say this is, I would say before she got
Mm.
super annoying. She's kind of, there's another actress, a bigger actress in comedy that's
Then what? Then Rebel Wilson. There's
yeah,
like 50, bro.
no, I know, but it's like, I'm trying to think. She's in Bridesmaids. That's what she's in.
She's in that though.
Melissa
Rebel
McCarthy.
Oh. I don't know. I can't
I
picture her.
think, yeah, I know Rebel Wilson's in that one too, but Melissa McCarthy,
Yeah.
I think, is way worse.
Okay.
Of just like,
Gotcha.
if she's in a movie, I like, it's almost like M. Night Shyamalan, where I'm just like, damn, I'm not watching that now.
Damn, you had to tell me it was a Shyamalan movie, didn't you?
Yeah, it's just like,
Damn.
shit. And so I think she's better than her, but yeah, to your point.
Yeah, like it's the same thing. I like sorry, I don't know these names because I don't like these actors and they're all in this college crap. And it's the main guy of the boys a cappella group. And
Oh,
he was
him.
like,
Bumper.
yeah, yeah, but like whatever his name is, I just don't like him. He
His
looks like
name's
a
Adam
doof.
Devine.
And
Yeah.
exactly. I hate that too. I hate that. There's nothing divine about this man. I'm like, are you kidding me? Dude,
He's
he
in
just looks like
all of them too, I think.
He is.
yeah, and he's in
Yeah.
those ones with Zac Efron too. I'm like, this
Yeah.
guy's a doofus, man. Like, look, before all of you are like, look, Nick's a hater, oh, blah, blah, blah. Pitch Perfect is fucking overrated. He doesn't get it. He didn't watch it in 2012. Bro, look, I get it. I don't think it's a bad movie. I don't think it's a bad movie. I enjoyed it, in fact. But it has these problems. And I don't care who you ask. Go ask every average Joe on the street. They're going to say the same thing. Rebel Wilson is annoying. Fucking the Divine guy looks like a doof. And the mashups don't stand the test of time, and they were shit in the current time where the movie came out.
Okay, other than that, I agree with everything else. But how did you feel with the banter of like Elizabeth Banks and John, the commentary people for the when they were singing?
Okay, look,
Okay,
That's like
yeah,
my
you better
favorite.
love this.
no, like that. It was fun, but like that's also that's a perfect example of why I just don't watch movies like this. For like that banter, I just don't find particularly funny. Like as a kid, I found funny, but I think like nowadays, I just like I don't know. Comedy for me just isn't that. Like back in the day when I was watching Dodgeball, like yes, that shit's
But see,
hilarious.
that's when this was out.
I know, and like here's the problem. I'm watching a movie that is at par with a Dodgeball in 2025.
And that's
That
I was gonna kind of go back to the point of like everyone
mm,
you've talked to has been like, oh yeah, Pitch Perfect is a really good movie. You should watch it. But all of those people have
they
watched it
watched it.
of certain
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that was like that
I
was
completely agree. I completely agree with you. I completely agree. Like, and that's to the point where I think like maybe saying it's overhyped just isn't accurate. Actually, maybe it's just like you just it's like it's never gonna live up to what it could have been in 2012 in 2025.
right.
Like
Yeah,
movies have come so far, comedy has come so far, actors like even those actors have come so far.
yeah,
And it's like, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, rant
that is
over.
fair.
Like, look, not a bad movie, not a great one. It was fine. But I actually, okay, getting back on the rant. The thing is though, there wasn't enough like I just don't think there was enough singing. I was expecting more singing. And
I
and it
think
kind
this
of
one has the least amount. To be fair.
right. Because like it spent more time kind of on the romance thing between Jesse and
Yeah.
Anna Kendrick's character, Becca. And then it spent time there, and then it spent like time between the relationship between Becca and her dad for why? I don't know. Like whatever. And then it's like it's just kind of like this girl group against the boy group, and they're just going head to head the whole time. And then they really push on that puke gag, don't they? My God. Like how she's like she gets all stressed out and then she vomits on everybody.
Oh
Do
yeah.
you yeah,
Yeah.
like they really push that. And also that head chick of the group of the Bella Bells or whatever they're called, man, she's so annoying. Like seriously, just take a step back, realize that you're actually not in the right now. You probably just need to take a chill and just listen to Becca, listen to anyone else in the room, see what else is out there. Your 80 songs aren't gonna cut it anymore. Lincoln Center ain't gonna cut it anymore. You need the mashups. Now, this is where the mashups are pretty shit still, but they actually elevate they elevate it to a point where the movie is more fun with them.
See, and this is also why when you were asking which one's the best one, and I
Yeah.
think the first one is, but I do think the other ones
I actually,
somewhat solve those
yeah, I
issues.
think the third one is probably the best one. I think Nick would like the most, is because
Yeah.
the girls are trying to figure out how to make their singing into more of a career path, and they're going against professional singers.
And they
Okay.
start like use like so they're stuck in like they're kind of stuck in their ways of like it's fully a cappella, but then the other groups that
Yeah.
they're competing start throwing in instrumentals and like
Yeah.
other things, and they're like, oh, you can't do that, but they're just doing it anyway.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, like we win this battle then, bye. And then it's like sort
Yeah.
of that sort of, and I think that's what I mean. Like I probably would say the first one is the best one, but the later ones do fix a lot of the issues that the first one has.
And the mashups are so
Which is
much
fair.
better in the third one,
Yeah.
especially because
Right.
it's professional people and they start singing together like an actual, like us music folks, we're nerdy as fuck. So
Mm.
when they start singing together, I think that's when the Bellas start realizing it's not about them anymore and it was never about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So in other words,
I
we
don't
should
know.
watch the other two.
and Ruby Rose is awesome. zombies played, by the way.
Watch the other two.
Watch
Bro,
the other
I don't
two.
know, can you stomach another 10-minute rant from me about Pitch Perfect
Yes,
2?
actually.
Fucking
That's
hell.
that's what the people want, Nate.
That's why we started the podcast, bro. Oh,
It is unfortunate
God.
because Jesse
What?
is not in the third movie.
See, this is
Yeah, he's
bullshit.
not.
He's the best bit about. Look, I appreciated that there was a character like Jesse. I think if Jesse wasn't in Pitch Perfect, I would have felt far less for this movie. But the fact that he was in it, I'm like, look, you're
It's
cool.
acceptable.
You can sing. Like, I'm vibing with what you're putting down, bro. That's cool. But then, like, yeah, just all the other stuff. I don't know. It's but like this brings me back to my point about like just I don't get into college movies. Like I just
Yeah.
never have. I've never really found like college conflicts and all of the like the bitchiness and the goss. Like I'm just yeah, I've never gotten into that or found it entertaining in real life, let alone in movies either.
Yeah, that's fair. I think the second one keeps that. I think the third one kind of, if I remember correctly, gets away from that and they start like it's more I'm pretty sure it's the third one where they're doing like the global competition. And so they're and
Right.
then she's like oh, I can either do this or like go on to like full on music production, and she's trying to like balance her
Yeah.
time there. So I think it's the third one where it kind of gets out of that, but I'm pretty sure the second one is still in that
Because
sort of
it's following the same formula as Step Up, right? Like it's kind
yeah,
of the
it's
same.
similar.
Yeah. And
I
those
want to
and
just
those
do say fun fact.
mm,
Jesse and Aubrey, the main chick, Bella chick that throws up that you don't like, they actually got married
oh
from
really?
meeting this
Oh,
movie.
Jesse.
And
Oh,
both Anna
Jesse.
Kendrick and Aubrey's real name is also Anna in real life, but they're best friends in real
Oh,
life. And Jesse's character Skylar didn't want to do Pitch Perfect 3 because he felt uncomfortable being Anna Kendrick's love interest with his wife being her best friend.
oh, Jesse.
You're an actor. Separate it.
Oh, come on, man. It's your job.
That's
What are
your
you
job.
doing?
That's what you get paid to do.
Oh God. Anyway, hey God, I think I gave it 3 stars or something. It was alright.
Yeah, I
It was
think I saw
watchable.
that.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Watch the
Sinners
rant
and Pitch Perfect.
that
Sinners and
have a
Pitch Perfect.
connection.
And that have a connection. See, folks, we told you there would be a
We
connection. I got hair in
promised.
my mouth. Oh God.
It's a connection, and Nick didn't even watch the second Pitch Perfect.
No,
Yeah,
That's when they
exactly. So I
start
can't
doing
even see the
original
connection.
music.
yeah.
Yeah, like it sounds like it gets a lot better. So that's
That's what I
cool.
mean. Like
Yeah,
I think if those are your problems with the first one and you still like half enjoyed the first one, I think you would enjoy
probably
the second
enjoyed
and
too.
third
Yeah.
at least to some small extent. Like it wouldn't be a waste to watch.
Yeah, totally. Well, there you go. Sinners and Pitch Perfect. Not bad. Not bad.
This is the
Not
quickest you two
bad
have ever
movies.
gone through your on the list
I
portion.
mean, to be fair, I mean, like, I don't think there's there's
These
not
are
too
two
much
movies
else
that
to talk about
yeah, they're
these
not
movies.
gonna have the
Yeah,
biggest conversations.
yeah,
And to be fair, we kind of planned this because another series ended that is gonna
exactly.
have a bigger conversation going.
So, so to get into that, Alien
Spoiler
Earth is
alert.
Wait, spoiler.
done. Spoiler alert,
Spoiler
spoiler
alert.
alert, spoiler alert. Okay. So, Alien Earth is done. 8 episodes in the bag. Xenomorphs, they're here. They're on
Are
Earth.
they?
Well, I don't know. I still don't know. Look, bro, that show was way more like it didn't even conclude. I'm
That's what
expecting I'm expecting another episode next week, and I'm not gonna get it for 3 years. Like, this
yeah.
is ridiculous. You could
You know
not have ended a
the
show.
worst part is?
Yeah.
I don't think the second like it will be, but I don't think
Mm.
the second season is approved yet.
I haven't heard any rumblings about like future approval of this series, but also I figured it would be a one and done.
I
I
don't
don't
know
think
why
that
it
they were.
wasn't. I
Yeah,
honestly that was it's kind of what I was hinting at with Sinners, where
yeah,
it was a wrapped up story, it ended, you didn't need to worry about anything else, and it was just done.
yeah.
And this one is like season 1 part 1 is done.
That is 100% what it feels like. The part 1, part 2 sort of methodology is here in fucking spades, dude. Like, I'm watching this so the last 2 episodes, the second last episode was where the, Weyland Yutani fucking secret service, whatever they're called, they come
Yeah.
up out of the water, and then they come onto the island, and they're, like,
Yeah,
trying
and
to get their specimens or whatever.
the alien escaped from
Yeah.
the
Dude, it
the
turned into
guy.
Predator. That was pretty sick.
Th
I
and that's the
enjoyed.
thing, the second last
Yeah.
episode, I was actually super hyped for the last episode because I was
Yeah.
like, "This is building up to something really cool." It's just the problem is the last episode kept building up to it, and it was
Yeah.
really cool, and then it ended, and I was like,
Well, it's also
"What?"
to me, like, I thought that, like, the second last episode kind of felt like it was building up to them getting to the mainland,
Mhm.
and then that would be kind of like the last episode, we would see some stuff happen, and then I would figure that it would conclude, but it would kind of be a bit open-ended. Sure, I
Yeah,
could see that. But this is like, they get to the boat, and then they all get tasered because they're going on killing sprees or whatever. And then they're right back at the Prodigy base, and they're still
yeah,
on this island. And then that's where it ends. I'm
yeah,
like, they don't even get off, and then all they do is they capture the humans and like, we're the leaders now. I'm like, okay.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
it's
yeah, it's just like a survival island thing now. It's gonna turn into Survivor. It will. I'm like,
yeah.
it's 100%
Yeah,
what it is.
oh,
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I look, okay. All in all, I enjoyed the show. I think it deserves to exist.
yes.
And even though episode 4 went in the direction that it went, I think what we talked about a couple episodes ago turned out to be true. Like, it definitely, it kind of was like exploring this idea of like, these synthetics aren't ready for like the real world yet.
Right.
Like, they're still ironing out the kinks, working through the bugs, whatever. And then there's a real like moral decision across all of them, be it the synthetics, be it the scientists that are working on be it fucking boy wonder at the top. Like, of like, what is right, what is wrong, are we human, are they human, like all these questions are kind of thrown about, and they're just never really like, I guess they're answered, but it's kind of the most shallow answer of all, where it's just the result is just they take over, and
Yeah.
now they're in control. And what does that mean? Well, you'll find out in 2 years.
And yeah. You know what's
Like,
funny now that I'm like
yeah.
thinking about it? This really
Mm.
reminds me of Westworld,
Yes. Yes.
which isn't a good
Yes.
thing because Westworld tanked after season 2 and 3.
It's interesting actually, because it's like yeah, it's like it's just having multiple Dolores.
Yeah.
And I just think on paper that doesn't work as well anyway. Because I think Dolores was a really central figure for that full movement in season 1 into season 2, which got like increasingly more complex, but it was still tangible if you watched it a couple of times. And then it
Yeah.
just completely tanked in season 3. But the like, that was quite compelling. Like, you kind of rooted for Dolores. Like, you kind of understood like that she was the underdog at that point in that story, and like she's being held in captivity, right? And it's like, I guess the same applies here, but I'm not really on the side of these kids come the
No.
end of this show. Like, they're very clearly out of control and should be contained or whatever. Like, that hasn't changed.
Yeah.
And I like, it's quite unsatisfying coming to the end of the last episode, and it's just more. It's way more questions than there's any right to be at the end of a season of television.
There was also like, at least if you do something like that where it's like your ending
Mm,
is going to bring up a ton more questions, you have to close and have closure for some things, and there,
mhm.
as far as I can remember, absolutely none. Because I guess you learn the boy genius's backstory of just he built a synthetic that killed his dad and then just kind of
Yeah,
became the head of everything. The
yeah.
eyeball monster got zero fucking closure and did absolutely nothing,
Dude, they
which they
threw that
built up
out.
so much.
I know.
It's
He was like that eyeball was the best new alien, and they focused so much on it to the
to do
point
nothing.
to do nothing with
To
it.
do
And like,
literally
I,
nothing.
yeah, I really don't understand. Like, I don't, and like, I think even just the conclusion of um the Indian kid and kind of him like wrestling with his like lost thoughts about his mother who's being held against her will by this Wayland Yutani guy. And it's like, look, you got to get me the alien specimen, otherwise I'm going to do harm to your family, blah blah blah. And he's kind of like, like there's clearly the memories from
Dilemma.
like, yeah, and that's coming through. That dilemma's coming through, and he's like, he's coming to terms with that, and then he ropes in his buddy to come help him because they're kids and they're just going to help anyway. They don't have that
Yeah.
sense. And, like they journey forward with the embryo in this scientist guy, and then, the classic thing happens, and then there's just an alien. And that's kind of where that ends.
Yeah.
I'm like, you spent so long building up that like dilemma for that kid that it was interesting, like, it was quite compelling. It was like, you could tell that it was like that would have been an increasingly harder and harder position to be in within that world and on that island, and trying to just, like, come to terms with the fact that you're not alive, but you are alive and all this stuff, and you just don't do anything with it.
Yeah.
I was like, "Really?" It's a missed opportunity. Like, I guess, like, I suppose that's the best way to look at it,
I
but
have to imagine that they made this intentionally as a two-season thing.
yeah, do you reckon it feels a bit rushed in the end?
I see, and that's where I don't know. I guess it depends on what season 2 looks like. Because to
Yeah,
me, if they've planned this as a two-season thing, but then for marketing reasons they've said it's just one season, and then oh, if it does well, it'll get a season 2, blah blah blah.
yeah,
Then it's like it's probably not rushed. It's just planned out to be two seasons. But
yeah,
then what might have happened is they're planning on two seasons, and then they said that we're only doing one for sure, two if it does really well, and then maybe some things changed. But it's just like again, there is zero closure on anything at the end of season 1. Literally nothing gets closed, and it's all like it is a season 1 part 1 is done. Like there's no
also
way you can tell me that like a story happened to its conclusion in season
no,
1.
no. No, I don't like I I can't I don't know how you could argue that there was any closure.
Yeah.
'Cause the last
There's
episode
none.
is just questions. You're like, "Well, what what next?" Like, Okay, I'll wait, I guess." Like, it's
Yeah.
just so unsatisfying in that respect. But, dude, also, I wasn't expecting so much of the show to be contained to the island. Like,
Well,
this
I
is the
see, and
sh
I kind of
it's
thought what you were thinking, where at the end of season 1, it would lead
yeah,
into. So how I kind of figured it was ending is the Wendy and the boy genius were going to be
mm,
like at odds, sort of like against each other, which kind of happened. But then I thought like
yeah,
because they're kind of building up Wendy to be some god character
yeah,
basically, and I was
totally,
like,
yeah,
okay, so she's going to be pitting the xenomorph against him, and that was going to be like the season 2 story, is like she's controlling a bunch of aliens, maybe not even just the xenomorph, and it's going to be like an actual like thing of the two of them, but then they just
Yeah.
didn't.
No, exactly. All of that happens in the jail cell on this island.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding? Like, you have, like, dude, the craziest thing to me is that they set up the city in the 2 episode pilot with
Hmm.
this crash ship and
And
stuff.
then they
I'm like,
never go back there.
and they never go back. I'm like, are you
Oh,
kidding? It's a
there
show called Alien
there's
Earth,
the one time they go
not
back,
Alien
and
Island.
it was to the two lawyers. That one scene, that's the only time it goes
Mm.
back to like the city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, where he makes the deal or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just yeah. Again, it deserve like it should exist.
There are
I
worse
think
things out there.
there are worse things out there. This could have been so much worse too.
Yes.
This could have been so much worse. And I actually think that it's surprisingly good television until the end. I do think the end is
I
incredibly unsatisfying for 8 episodes. But
I think
like,
this is a show that you wait until the second, if you haven't started yet
yeah,
and you're watching
yeah,
this, you shouldn't, but if you haven't started it yet, you wait until the second season is out and then you
yeah,
watch it, because
yeah.
there's like there's good endings, then there's like cliffhanger endings that people kind of hate, and then there's this where it's not even a cliffhanger ending because
Nope.
again, nothing is resolved. Like
Nope.
it's just kind of in the middle of the story when you're waiting for the next episode. It's actually the next season 2 years later.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
And it's,
And this I think we can probably both agree that the peak of this show is episode 5 with the throwback to the ship, and
yeah.
that is just so good
Yeah.
and
That was peak
so
Alien right there.
it's peak Alien. It was so good. It was so necessary to, I
Yep.
think, just to keep it on track.
It was
But
placed at the perfect time too, right
yeah,
after the season 4 random
yeah,
garbage, where it was
yeah,
like it starts out really good, it starts to dip, and then or episode 4 happens, and you're like, what is going on? But then I guess I'll keep watching because you're
yeah,
halfway done, and then it peaks back up at 5. And then
yeah.
I honestly think, like, I think the second last episode is like one of the better ones. Like, I
It's
think it's
good.
because
Yeah,
it keeps going up, and then just it keeps going up and then just ends. And it's like
yeah.
that
It's like
ruined so much, I think.
it's interesting because I think episode yeah, the second last episode it sets up the last episode to be something really big and
Yeah.
impactful. And that's like obviously we've said it, but that is where it falls over.
Yeah.
But that second last episode I think does so much good too because like that's the journey with, you know, the scientist that has the embryo in him. And it's that journey through the jungle. And then it's the you know, it's this it's the realization that the Weyland Yutani corporation has come to the island now and the conflict's starting and they're coming in for like this shadow heist sort of thing. And then they get caught. And then it's like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit, what does that mean? Are they gonna do a breakout or something like that? Like, you know, what's going on?" And then nothing happens with that either. It's just
Yeah,
like,
nothing happens with that either. And
yeah.
even the brother and Wendy, where
Yeah.
like she's mad that he shot the other chick, and
Yeah.
she's just like, "What did you do?" And so
Yeah.
that like builds that separation. But then again, it leads nowhere, and it's just okay. Now he's in the cage with everyone. Like it's just
Did you okay, so I think it's the last episode, or am I yeah, I think it's the last episode where the scientist's wife, she goes over to the kids' graves,
yeah. It's the
and
last
then
episode.
yeah, and then the xenomorph is there,
Mhm.
just like looking at her, and then doesn't kill her. Like,
Well,
I'm a bit confused about this. Like, is that because Wendy was in control of it, or is that because like the
I think
xenomorph
I
has a
think
sense that
I
she's
think
okay?
no, I think it's more of a Wendy gave a command to
Right.
probably kill everyone except those people. And
Right.
so when the alien gets there and sees her, it's like, you're one of those
'Cause
people
it
I
looked
can't
like the
kill.
alien was gonna do it.
Yeah, but then I
And then
think
and then there's shooting or rustling, or no, it's the guards or whatever come up and they're
yeah,
like, "Yo, we gotta escort you back in."
yeah.
And that
Yeah,
and that was
I
enough to scare a xenomorph for some reason.
yeah, I don't
Like, what?
look
That thing looks fully grown at
look,
that point,
it's
bro.
I and at that point it's already killed multiple teams like that. So I don't know.
But it only killed under Wendy's direction. It was just it was basically playing Predator up until then. And,
Did it do that the first time though? Because
like, in the
from what I
jungle.
remember, yeah, so in the jungle the very first time when they're going to the boat, she
Yeah.
hears the alien, but I don't think she gives it any commands. But then granted, the alien might sense that Wendy's in danger and then go to save her. Whereas at the graveyard, Wendy's not there. She's not inherently in danger, so it just left.
I can't remember, but from, like, the few instances that I do recall of the xenomorph being in a confrontation or face to face with somebody where it's like, You're dead, bro." Like,
She gives
it
the
didn't yeah, she gives a command
okay,
because it always goes front and center on her whistling thing. And
which
it's
is
like,
another thing that is just
"Okay."
like, what is happening? Like,
Well, there's also the thing with the boy genius in his own in the building at the end when he's trying to get out and he's being chased by the Wendy and crew. And then there's a xenomorph on the ceiling. And then it like drops down or whatever, and then for whatever reason does it goes away again.
and that's why I think that's the same thing at the graveyard where I think she gave it a command to not kill specific people. And then so
And
it
that
finds
yeah,
them
I
and
guess
then just kind
yeah.
of ignores them. But again, like that's not explained. So like I don't know for sure. It just
Yeah.
kind of like that sort of like easily explains it. So that's kind
Yeah.
of what I'm just assuming happened. But then also it's just like okay, now she can hack everything there too because she freezes the one synthetic and
Yeah.
it's like okay, you can just do that now, I guess. Like it's it's just weird how they're building her
Yeah.
up to be like you can essentially hack anything that he's made now and potentially other things. But like why? Like they didn't even
Yeah.
you could even half explain that or give some reasoning to that, but it's just like it's almost like they didn't know and they didn't have a way to explain it, so they just ended it without saying it and being like, "Oh, maybe we'll go in more into it in season 2." And it's like, "No, you have to give something."
Well, like I think also to your point earlier where it's like they're building up Wendy to be this godlike figure for synthetics or whatever. And it's like, okay, do that? Like, if you want to do that, sure, whatever. I can't say if I'm on board or not because I haven't really seen it beyond what I've been shown. But I think if you are going to do that with what I've seen in 8 episodes of Alien Earth, I would have expected that the last episode, Wendy kind of puts all of that hacking to good use and gets all these codes and gets the boat code and gets all of this crap so that she
And
can still
leaves.
get off the island. Because that
Yeah.
was her main thing. She
Yeah.
wanted to get off the island. And then, for whatever reason, her motive changed, seemingly, in the last episode to be like, no, I'm going to stay here and keep them contained and then prove that I'm the big boss now. I'm like, if
But
you
like
were the big
why?
boss, no, like exactly, like why do it that way? But like if you were the big boss, do that and then keep going on your mission to get back to the mainland with everybody and then
Yeah.
assimilate into like society and then that is way more of a like setup and threat and way more godlike for you as a character too going into a future season. Like that
Have
would
you
be
seen Ex
interesting.
Machina?
Yeah. Yes. Exactly
That's
like
exactly
that.
what that happened,
Dude,
and it's
that
so
would have
good.
been sick.
It's
That
so
would have
good.
been great because it's
And
like,
that's another
yeah.
reason that okay, you do that. You take the alien on the boat. You go back to like the mainland, and then there's
Mm,
an alien in Earth, but it is being controlled by a synthetic, which also
yep.
does explain that like almost every alien movie, the synthetics are usually like on the alien side. So
Yeah.
that actually all makes sense in the world
Ties in.
to do.
Yeah.
And it's just like that's infinitely and you still leave a season 2 on the table. And it's
Yeah.
like that would have
Yeah,
been
I
so much
just
better.
it just seems like such a layup to do that, and then they don't. They go
They're
for
like,
the
we could do
half-court
that or we
3.
could not do that.
Dude, they just go for the biggest money shot ever, and it's like, but why? You
You know,
had a layup, bro. It looked
you know what I'm
great.
gonna hate
Yeah.
so much is if that's how season 2 ends.
Oh god, dude. Look, I'm not
Okay,
like,
if that's how season 2 ends, then 100% this was written as a 2-season story.
yeah,
And then for
totally,
some
totally.
reason they split it into 2 seasons.
Yeah. I don't know. Look, I watched it. It was fine. I don't like I think yeah, again,
It's
I
a
think it
show.
like yeah, it's a show. It's not bad alien content some like for the most part. Um like should you rush to watch it? No.
I think
Uh
absolutely this is a show to wait until season 2 is out
yeah,
and
I
then
think
watch
just
it.
wait to see what season 2 is and then make
Yeah.
it like
Well,
and
sorry,
then
when I mean
yeah.
like season 2's out, like season 2 episode 1.
Oh,
Like
totally. Yeah, yeah.
once
Yeah,
that's out,
and see what
then
they're
you can
doing.
watch the entirety of season 1 and
Yeah.
then just kind of keep going. Even if you do have to wait a week for the season 2 episodes, it's just ending on season 1's ending and then having to wait however long we have to wait until season 2.
Yeah.
It's kind of like now when season 2 comes out, it's just like I don't care anymore because you haven't
Yeah.
left anything for me to care about at the end of season 1.
No, I completely agree. I think like yes, season 1 was season 1. See what episode 1 of season 2 is and then make a decision on whether you want to watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess in saying that you kind of have to have some idea of what season 1 did to see if that's worthwhile,
I mean, I don't know
but
if you do.
yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh man.
I
Look,
do have a
I stand
question.
by. Yeah, yeah. Go.
Because this has a very large cast and very like dynamic amount of characters. I'm kind of
Mm.
curious, who is your favorite character and who are you rooting for in the show? Because there's a lot of bad characters, middle characters, and what the fuck characters. I want to know what your thoughts are.
I really like I really like Wendy. I like her archetype as a character. I love that in, like just strong female lead. I love that in like sci-fi. I love that in just basically any genre that I can get fed it. But I don't know that when like that character's execution in Alien Earth through Wendy is particularly the one that I'm most like rooting for or anything like that. Um, I don't like. I'd say probably like I don't think his name's Boy Genius, by the way. I think we're butchering that.
I
But
it's Boy Cavalier.
Boy Cavalier. So I actually think Boy Cavalier is my favorite. Now, do I root for him? Look, at this point, like, kinda. I actually kinda do. I kinda hope that, like, look, I'm just gonna vote, like, I'm gonna vote for the villain, like, quotation marks. Like, I'm gonna vote for him at the end, like, considering his position at the end of season 1, I'm curious to see what he manages to do, or whether he becomes completely limp and falls over. Like,
I hope they don't do that, but because
yeah,
I'm kind of in the same boat with that, where like I want him to do something that like
just completely crazy.
yeah, that like gives
Yeah.
him the like okay, this is like a genius
Yeah,
character,
exactly.
and he hasn't
Like,
really done
reiterate
anything
on that.
like that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah, totally.
make him set up like a trap or something that like
Yeah.
pans out for him and like something crazy like that. I really hope they do that.
Yeah, like, up until now, he's clearly smart, but he's incredibly arrogant, right? And it's like, look, that makes sense for your character and, like, their position in this world as, like, the head of one of 5 companies that rule Earth. but I want to see you now that you're backed into a corner and you have lost basically all element of control that we can see. I want to see what's in your back pocket. I want to see what you can do now to get out of that bind and reclaim this world for your own. Even though that is quite an like that's quite a villain arc, like in the grand scheme of things. I think that is what I'm rooting for in this show. I hope that happens because that would be interesting and compelling. Whereas I think like although I love the like, you know, solo female, or not solo, like Wendy isn't a solo figure in this world, but like the female action star Sigourney Weaver sort of vibe that is like just so baked into the DNA of Alien as a franchise. That's on display here, but like it's increasingly harder and harder to understand and be on the side of Wendy and her motives based on how they've been delivered to us towards the end of the season. And I just, yeah, I'm not like, I'm interested in her as a character because I like that in these sorts of things, but I kind of hope that she gets like obliterated by Boy Cavalier a little bit. like I would love to see that too. As I'm like, holy shit, this guy is insane. um, but yeah, that's my take on your question.
I like Kirsch.
Kirsch is cool. Kirsch is really so. Kirsch is dead, right? Well,
No,
I mean,
his body is broken, but
right. Oh,
he's still
I was just yeah, I was just gonna say he's a synthetic, so can he really die?
yeah.
Um, yeah, no, I do like Kirsch, dude. How sick was that little fight scene at the end?
Dude, that was
Actually,
so
where
good.
he's like suplexing and shit. I'm like, this is great. What's going on?
It's kind of funny because it is one of those things where like you see a lot of times where like you have to remember these are synthetics and they always show it off at the first one where like
Mm,
the first episode she jumps off that cliff, lands on the sand, and then it shows the cliff is like way up high. Like
yeah, yeah,
there's basically like superhumans.
yeah,
And then like halfway through the show they kind of like forget that and they'll do things where it's like, oh, this door's locked and they have a trouble like opening the door. And then in a
yeah.
later season they'll like rip the door off. And I felt like that was kind of happening, and then that fight happened and I was just like, yeah, that's how like two
Yeah.
synthetics would fight and it would actually look like that. But I've always kind of liked him. Is it was another kind of me upset because I thought there was going to be more of a payoff from
Mm,
him, because like he was watching like on the cameras when everyone was
mm,
like when the one guy went into the thing and then died from those bugs. Like
yeah.
he watched that on the camera but then didn't tell Boy Cavalier, and he was just
Yeah,
like, no,
it's
everything's
like
fine. Like he has some sort of ulterior motive
yeah,
of which we don't know. Is he just observing to just observe? Is he like,
yeah.
is he trying to take like find the right time to take these to somewhere else? Like I don't know. There's
He's
something interesting about him that's who I want to see in season 2 more of.
He also
he seems
downloaded all the information from the crash ship. So not just like the alien
yeah.
informations, but the
Right.
journal logs, all the conversations. He has a lot of information that he's not really using.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
that's what I
think
mean. Like
I
there's so much
yeah.
there and they just
He's
didn't do anything with them.
he's very much in like this overseer sort of position throughout the show. And, you know, like it's very clear that he's like scientists like testing, like observing, like all of these keywords really describe him as a character and his actions. And I think to a great degree his motives too. But like I just kind of bring it all back to I think it's yeah, it's the second last episode where where the kids are trying to smuggle out the
And he
body
lets
with
them
an
go.
embryo in it, and he lets them go, and he's like, "Why are you going that way? That way's quicker." I'm
Yeah.
like, "What? Like, what are
It
you
was
all about, dude?"
it was
Like,
another thing when he figures out
mm,
that the Indian kid is talking to the Wayland
Yeah.
guy,
Yeah,
and
like,
he
he's
he
known for
knows that.
ages.
Yeah, and he
Yeah, yeah,
doesn't stop it. He doesn't tell
yeah,
anyone. He's just watching, and that's what I mean. Like, I
yeah.
feel like there's an alternative motive here. I feel like he knows infinitely more than what people think, but
I
again, they haven't
yeah.
answered anything.
I also wonder if maybe bringing this back to Boy Cavalier and understanding, like, maybe this is his back pocket play. Maybe he's like, like, there's two sort of like tracks here that I could see being a thing. Either Kirsch is doing this all at his own free will, and he's kind of like he's got that greater level of sentience or whatever. And yes, he makes it look like he's under the direction of Boy Cavalier, but he's clearly doing his own thing, and he's pushing, like, he's testing the boundaries of all of these different things for what
Mhm.
we don't know. But maybe we just haven't seen the directions from Boy Cavalier as to
That's true
this is
too.
what I this is what I want you to be doing. I want you to be testing these kids, and by testing, a large part of that is just observing and seeing what
Yeah.
they do, and then understanding that and gathering that data, and then, like, if the kid, like, you know, not saying the Boy Cavalier expected them to, like, put the embryo into a human and then try to smuggle it off the island to Weyland Yutani, but I could also see where he's like, look, if the kids start doing, like, quote unquote bad stuff, don't
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 interrupt it
stop.
immediately.
Yeah, don't interrupt it, don't stop them, process it, and then let them do it. Let's see what they do. Because that's testing the boundaries of our synthetic tech. And that's
Yeah.
doing all this stuff. So again, like, I think all of that stuff is still really interesting. Now, whether that comes to be what they do or not, we will have to see.
Nobody
But
knows.
if that was the basis for a season two, and all of these things that we've talked about kind of were, like, presented in one way or another, I think that'd be great. Do I
Yeah.
think season one should have ended the way it did? No, I think it was fucking awful. But I think that that would give it, again, another sort of redemption kick where it's like,
Yeah.
well, thank God you're doing this at least.
And that's where, like, I think if that is where season 2 is going, I think as
Mm.
soon as season 2 episode 1, if that kind of like shows that that's where it's going, absolutely watch season 2 or season 1 into season 2.
Yeah,
But we don't
totally.
know that that's what's going to happen. And
Yeah.
to be fair, you've now shown us that season 1 gave us zero closure on things. Who's to say that season 2 isn't going to be the same? Like,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can't, if this was announced as yes, we are doing 2 seasons, then I think you can end on this ender. Again, still not a good ending, but at least then we know that it's written to be 2 seasons. So we're not going to get our true ending until the second season.
Yeah.
But to announce it as one, this needs to be like, yes, you can leave some opening threads, obviously, but you have to do something to make us want to watch season 2. And it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're yet to see that.
Yeah, like, fuck,
Yeah.
even honestly, like, my biggest pet peeve is the eyeball alien, because like they
Yeah.
focused on that
Yeah, and it
so
seems like it's
much.
just thrown out a little
Yeah, and
bit.
it's just like, cool, it
Yeah.
escaped. Like, that's not enough to make me watch season 2.
No, I agree. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Still, I did.
Yeah, I
But
don't regret watching it. It's
no,
just
yeah, I don't regret watching it. It's just, yeah, it's got
it's funny enough. It's very much like Game of Thrones, where
yeah,
great show,
totally.
and
Yeah,
then to be fair, Game of Thrones was the whole last season. This is just the last episode,
yeah,
but it is very much like, you look at how Game of Thrones like took over TV, and then when the last episode did as or the last season did as poorly as it does, now it's like it's still talked about,
yeah,
but not like if the last season of Game of Thrones ended well,
Yeah.
people would still be talking about it.
I think the only thing keeping that alive is House of the Dragon, and that it's not an absolute dumpster fire.
See, I didn't even watch it because I'm just like,
Yeah. It's pretty like it's pretty good, but it's pretty good in the sense that it's like early Game of Thrones.
yeah, okay.
You know, it's nothing super revolutionary. Um, but yeah, Alien Earth. There you go. Done. Done and dusted,
It's
as
done.
they say. Yeah.
One more
It better
question.
But
not be done, but it's done.
yeah, go Jen.
How do you feel about the behavior of seeing Alien, the actual xenomorph alien?
How do I
I'm
feel
not talking
about it?
about like the one that crashed on the ship, but like the one that
Yeah.
is hatched, controlled of Wendy now,
The one
and
that
that's
Wendy controls.
yeah.
I think it's more of a what are they going to do with the fact that, like, can Wendy control all of them?
It
Can
looks
she
like she could
only can
control the little one that came out of Arthur.
right? So she can just control all of them now, but like, can she only control? So and like, we kind of talked this a little bit while the show was going on, but all of the aliens, like, there's different versions of them based on like what they break out of. Like the original xenomorph is like if the facehugger goes onto a human, and that's what comes out is the traditional xenomorph, which is kind of why the one that they put in the lung is a little different because it didn't come out of a full human, it was just the lung. But that also, so it was like, on one hand, maybe she could only control that, but then now being able to control the one that came out of the scientist guy, it's just weird that she can control all of them. I think the alien itself is like fine, whatever, but I don't like that Wendy can just control them, and I think I don't like it because they haven't explained why.
I'm not
Yeah,
really
I
extensive of alien lore, but was there ever like
No.
a queen or
There
something that can control?
there's a
sorry,
queen.
there's a
Yeah,
queen,
there's
but it's
queens.
a queen, it's a queen alien. So okay, you
It's
know the
like a
alien from
bee. It's
DBD?
just like a
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's like a bee.
Yeah, so that's a queen alien. So the queen alien can control the brute. Yeah, it's to Nick's point. It's basically a bee. The queen can control the hive essentially,
Yeah.
but it's still
That's pretty much it. I mean, there's no to my recollection of all of the alien content that I've consumed, which I think is everything. I don't think I
what
missed anything.
was I. I'm not
I
gonna
don't know if
remember
there's
this
something weird
because
in Resurrection, maybe.
that's what I was
I
gonna
can't,
ask because
yeah, I can't remember.
I know Ripley. They kind of fuck up everything. That's why I don't really know it. Is because
Yeah.
she's like a queen, but she's a clone. But she's I don't know where they go with that. But to be honest, if they are trying to go that route, I think that's a very bad decision because that is universally accepted as the worst part of Aliens.
Yeah. I think like I think for the whole Wendy controlling alien thing, I don't have any problem with it really, but I think my like it's just I'd like to know why.
Yeah.
Like I just want to know why. And if that and I hazard to guess that the explanation as to why is probably going to be very simple and therefore not very good. So then I'm like, well, then I don't really like it.
I think that's why I don't like it inherently because
Yeah.
I'm expecting a simple answer and I
Yeah,
don't like
exactly.
that. If they want to do some convoluted thing or maybe even uh like if they want to do Kirsch behind the scenes when he downloaded the ship's plans, somehow put something into Wendy that gave her the ability to do that, I would be perfectly fine with that. That answer would be great, but I'm not expecting that answer, and I think that's why I inherently hate it.
Yeah, no, I tend to agree. I think we'll just have to wait and see to yeah,
Yeah.
see if they
A,
explain it at all.
a lot of it is going to come down to season 2, which like I guess to their point, like we're probably going to watch season 2, but I mean, to be fair, by the time it comes out, maybe not. Like it could be like a Sandman thing where like me and Jen we're still watching it and we just watched a couple more episodes, but it's like
Yeah.
We're not as hyped to watch it
No.
if they didn't do these things.
Yeah. No. Have to wait and see. Alien Earth. Is there anything else you want to talk about with Alien?
What would you give a rating to the last episode?
0.
Yeah. I don't know. Like a what out of 10? Like a 3?
Yeah, 2 or
Like
3. It's
I've never
unironically one of the worst TV season finales I think I've seen in a long time.
and even if 50 out of 51 minutes of it were good, the fact that it ended the way it did and it's just questions, I'll never rate it highly.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like it's just bad.
I think like
yeah.
honestly, I think probably 75% of that episode is really good. And then
Yeah. I
as I
don't
was
think it's
watching,
that
I was
bad.
super hyped, and then I was kind of just
Yeah.
like, this episode's been going on a long time, and
Yeah,
like
so
I
you know that
haven't
it's
been
wrapping up and you're like,
noticing.
they're not wrapping this up though.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
where's
Yeah,
the
no, I
wrap ups,
agree.
guys? Like you have to start wrapping up like halfway through the final episode if you want to have a good like finish wrap up, but still leave threads for next one, and that just never happened. And again,
Yeah.
if they announced this as a 2-season thing, I'd be a little bit more okay with it. Only a little bit. I'd be a little bit more okay with it because then that kind of means that like if the second season is going to start in like 3 months, again, shitty ending, but fine. I'll hold judgment until then. But we don't even know if there is going to be a second season. If they don't get a second
Yeah,
season,
that's the most curious
I
thing actually.
I
I'm
don't
surprised.
think I would recommend watching the show to people. I think I would recommend watching episode 5. Like just literally going watching episode 5 and that's it.
Yeah.
Because that is a good alien episode, and if you want to watch the rest of the show, you have to watch the whole thing, and there's just no closure, so you're just going to get mad.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if it gets greenlit or not. Because I haven't heard any rumblings about it since it finished really. Like
I
Uh,
not
think it
even
will
like
because
on popular sites.
it's been
yeah.
getting some good views. So,
Yeah.
and I don't like, to be fair,
It
I
just
think,
hasn't been talked about, I
No.
think is the main thing. Like just
yeah,
even in media since it finished.
I think this ending again didn't help it.
No.
So
Yeah.
it's, yeah.
Yeah.
In an article 18 hours ago, the next setting for season 2 is supposed to be in Bangkok, but there is no announcements or approval for season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's,
I mean, imagine it just doesn't get renewed. And that's
that's
just
what I
it.
mean. Like if this
Yeah.
doesn't,
It
if this
could. Like it
genuinely
could.
doesn't get
Yeah.
reviewed, which is a real possibility,
Yeah.
if this does not get renewed for season 2, I would not recommend watching season 1.
Yeah. No, I don't think I don't think I would either. I think if you were a diehard Alien fan and you just wanted to have said that you've consumed it all, then sure, like you don't need
Yeah, but
my
then
approval for
you've
that.
watched it
You're
already anyway.
exactly
Like,
like you've probably
you're in the
watched it or
same boat.
you've probably watched it or you're gonna watch it anyway.
Yeah,
But for somebody that is for whatever reason on the fence about watching a show like Alien Earth, I would be like, well, why are you on the fence? You're probably not a big Alien fan anyway. In which case, like, you're not
don't
gonna
watch
get
it.
anything out of this. Like,
Nope.
you know, so yeah. There you
All
go.
right. The boys are very honest about everything.
But
I
I
mean,
wanted the show to do well, and it
shit.
was
What
doing
can I
well.
say? Yeah. When
Which is
someone's
funny.
ass.
Which is actually kind of funny because the last time we talked about it was at the end of season or episode 4, which kind of was a
Yeah.
downswing. And then I don't know, we
Yeah.
talked about it at episode 6, so that was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we kind of it's just,
It's been a roller coaster.
I've already
but
forgotten
not in a
about it.
good
So,
way.
yeah. I've already forgotten about it. I forgot that I watched it, to be honest.
That's how bad it is. A
What
week
else have you
later,
watched?
and you've already forgot the season finale. How about that? But you remember episode 5
I do.
because that episode was good.
What else have you watched? Anything?
We watched the Demon Slayer movie in theater.
Anime.
Anime. It's the first
I
anime
don't know it,
shows
bro.
movie.
Yeah. Is it good?
Okay, this
You
is for
don't
other
you
people
don't need to
listening
sell
because
me on it,
no,
bro.
I know
Oh,
you
okay.
haven't
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
it.
Tell the people. Tell the
So
people.
the way the final, funny enough, we're talking about Alien Earth. The way the final season of Demon Slayer ended was because, like, for context, it's more or less anime show about slaying demons. The entire last season was a training season for the final fight. And
Okay.
so, like, literally, like 12 episodes or however it is of just training to build up to this final fight. And the
What do you
last
okay,
episode,
hold up. Explain this training because I'm picturing Jackie Chan in a dojo.
that's
That's it.
training. That's
12
that
episodes
is
of
It
dojo
was
training?
bad.
so what happens is like
It was bad.
there's basically like these high ranking humans that
Yeah.
have like
Okay.
breathing techniques that help them do things. And so
Right.
he goes to one of them, spends probably 2 to 3 episodes learning their style and whatnot. And then at the end of those 3 episodes, he
Sounds like
goes to
Street
the
Fighter
next
6
one.
story mode, bro.
It honestly is. Like it was so bad, but
Mm.
the expectation is it's leading to the final fight. And
Right.
so you're thinking like, oh, the season after this is going to be amazing. And instead of doing a season, they're doing 3 movies. And so this was just
Right.
because
It was actually
the
yeah.
last episode of that season, they like trap the main demon that they're trying to slay. Because it's like if you slay the main demon, all the other demons in the world will die. So they've trapped him and they're about to kill him, but instead they get sent into what's called the Infinity Castle, which is basically like the demon's domain. And so the movies are the Demon Slayer, the Infinity Castle, part one, part two, part three. And so the payoff for if you've watched that season is good. But it's just that last season was fucking garbage.
It was so hard to
Okay.
get through.
Right. Yeah. I believe you.
Yeah.
But because
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
last 3 movies is not just the end of the fight, this is the end of the anime series.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. So has that ever really happened before where they're like long I mean, is it long running? Demon Slayer? It's
No,
pretty
it's
long running, isn't it?
2 seasons,
Uh
3 seasons.
three.
Oh,
3 seasons. It's
I thought
to be
Demon
fair
Slayer
though,
was a lot older than what it was.
it built a lot of hype in its early
Yeah.
days because it was like a really good, nice looking anime and it was doing a good
Gotcha.
job. And so like even when everyone was talking about it, like when even you would have seen comments about it, that was probably halfway through season one still. Like it
Right,
was
okay.
very
So
new.
is it
Yeah, so there's
why
four
do you
seasons, but season 2 is actually the movie break apart into a season. So we didn't watch season 2 because we watched the movie, obviously. So in our eyes, it's 3.
Yeah, okay.
why do you think that they moved to 3 movies instead of doing a season of
I think they
anime?
just wanted to
Easier
try
cost.
something new to be
Easier cost
honest.
on them instead of making seasons.
Right.
The
Yeah,
animation cost is
They
quite a
must make
lot.
more money too, to be honest.
a lot of animes too
Movie would make more
nowadays,
money.
they're incorporating like 3D elements into it. And
Right.
so it's a bit more expensive to do. And if you are going to do it, it's better to do that into a movie
Right.
format than it is to do like in some episodes, but not others. Because to be fair, they've sent them into the demon realm basically, or the demon like base. Both or all 3 of these movies are going to be 95% fighting. And
Right.
so it's very action heavy, and to have that as a weekly episode is it would be
It's a
kind of
lot. Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah. There you go. You enjoy it though? Do you like
Yeah,
it?
I had fun.
Yeah.
I like
I think
Nice.
this
it's
one
good.
because there's a lot of risk because this is kind of the end of the battle. So because it is, they're allowing characters to die in a very
Main
spectacular,
characters.
like glorious battle.
Right.
And because at the end of the series, there's nothing else going on. So why, why
Yeah.
not? They could take the risk of like letting these characters die. Not saying that they didn't do that in the rest of the series. Like Rengoku was like one of the very popular characters. You met him in the movie, and then he died at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It reminds me of like I don't know if you remember this. I remember this because I my dad bought them for me on DVD. And do you remember when Futurama was finished? 4 seasons. And then they did that run of Futurama movies. And then it was so I wonder if in North America it was a bit different. They were released as movies in Australia, but it was actually season 5 of Futurama,
Mm,
but it was like, like Bender's Big Score was the first one. And I think that was 4 episodes from season 5 of Futurama, but you watch them together and it's a movie. Like it's
yeah.
very clearly a movie that they've split up into episodes of television. Um this reminds me of that where like you take this animated series that like I don't know. Well, I mean, in this case, Futurama finished, but then they're like, uh, why did we finish it? We should probably make more Futurama. So then they're like, oh, we're going to make these. For me, they were movies, and they made 4 of them. They made a bunch of them. It was like, I can't remember the names of them, but there was one with Leah. There was one with Leah and Fry and Bender, and uh, they go to like this fantasy world, and it's like Dungeons and Dragons, and they do.
Bender's game.
And they do that. Yeah, they do that. And then there's another one with like this big tentacle monster thing. And there was another one. Yeah, I don't know. It was just like these contained adventures, but they were like 90-minute movies. But it was Futurama. And then
I
I
today
haven't
remember
you
seen
that
don't watch
any
them.
being
of
more
these.
of a thing. Yeah,
What?
I was gonna say I haven't, but granted, I haven't seen like all of Futurama. But I
Right.
know
Okay.
there was a big phase of that
Yeah, that's
where,
what I wonder. Yeah, because
yeah,
like that was the first I'd ever heard of it, of like animated TV show with a like 20 to 30 minute spot suddenly turning into movie after movie after movie. Like obviously we saw the Simpsons movie,
this
but
this this would have been like 2000s, right? Like early 2000s, probably.
no, this would have been like 2010s.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it's not 2000s. It's way too old.
because
No,
because
it'd
I
be
was
like
gonna say like this reminds me of when the Digimon movie came out, and it
yeah,
was
right.
this is like a little bit different, but it was like there was two movies in it that
Three.
were
The
Right.
like
first
well,
Digimon
three
movie had
movies.
3 movies in it.
Yeah, and it was like kind of weird. And this was because that came out in 2000. So
Yeah.
like it was very weird. And then that was like part of just episodes that they've converted into movies. And so like it's definitely not a new thing that they've done,
Yeah.
but it is like like I'd say not common, but
No, I don't
not
think so either.
unreasonable to think they do
No.
something like that.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Demon Slayer. Is that been the
Mm.
main thing you watched?
I
Other
think
than
so.
more
We've watched
Sandman and
a
stuff?
little bit of Sandman. We're getting there. It's Jane got to mention in the last episode too. It's really annoying knowing that this is the last one because like they're doing things that are like this is interesting and cool,
Yeah.
and
But you know it's over.
but it's over. It's like
I
Yeah.
god damn
cried
it.
yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cool.
We
but I
started
think that's kind of
Wednesday.
it.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Season
we've been
2?
season 2.
Why?
We like season 1.
We
Isn't
haven't
season
got
2
back to
like
it.
very bad?
I've heard that. We
Yeah,
haven't gotten
surprised
far.
you're watching it.
I mean, we've definitely put it on
I
the
heard it
back
was
burner, I
garbage.
think.
Yeah. I heard
Like
it was
I
really
think we're
bad.
gonna finish Sandman and then we'll finish Wednesday.
Yeah.
But I think movie
Cool.
wise, that's kind of it, unless
Well,
I'm
I
missing
we
something.
started Wednesday because I started to get more and more spoilers from
Yeah, the
it.
spoilers.
But then when we started
I
watching
think
it,
I
I was
think you
just
let
like,
yourself get spoiled with that one.
we
Just
s- yeah, we
just
started
tell me.
watching it, and then I'm like, my attention span is going way down watching it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Can we go back to watching Sandman?"
Yeah, Sandman at least has been like picking up. The only annoying thing is it's the end.
Yeah.
And not like I'm not expecting a full closure ending. Like I'm sure they've left threads open for another season because I don't think it was planned that it was going to end there. But I'm expecting a little bit more closure than fucking Alien Earth.
Yeah. Well, hopefully. Um, yeah,
But
I haven't watched too much else. I think the main thing is just one battle after another, which I'm not going to talk about as I don't want to spoil it, but
yeah,
watch it.
I do want
It's
to watch that.
yeah, it's deserving of all of the praise it's getting. It's fantastic. Like I love these these last few roles that Leo's done. They're
Hmm.
so good. He's
Yeah,
so funny. He is so funny. Like he's doing this perfect channeling of like Wolf of Wall Street and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
nice.
He's he's managed to channel both of those into this character, and it's just like if you want to see Leonardo DiCaprio wrangle with anxieties on film, it's
That's where it's at.
fantastic. It's so good. Like it's so funny. But yeah, no, really, yeah, really high praise. I liked it a lot. I haven't seen a lot of Paul Thomas Anderson movies. He's a director that's a bit of a it's a bit of a hole in my watching history, which I intend to fill. Um, like I've seen There Will Be Blood, and that was great. Uh,
That's a good one.
it's a full on movie,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
great.
yeah, it
Um,
is.
the like I'm keen to go and watch like Licorice Pizza. I've heard good things about that. Um, Phantom Thread has been on my list for a while. Like I'm keen to watch that. They're just yeah, Paul Thomas Anderson movies. They're quite dense. Like they're big. Like
Yeah,
I don't know. They're full on. You got to kind of be in the right headspace and mood for them. So yeah, I rarely am whenever I'm looking to flick something on. But yeah, like it's just yeah, fantastic. Well cast, well acted, good story, just good like good pacing and flow. I do think the one thing I will say, I do think it's a little long. Um,
that's fair.
it's just yeah, it does feel like yeah, it could have been edited a little bit tighter, just on length. But other than that, yeah, fantastic. Um, Other than that, no, I don't think I've watched anything really since Alien Earth. Um, I can't remember. Did I tell you that I watched Sphere, or was I telling somebody else? It's a '90s movie with Samuel Jackson, Sharon Stone, and Dustin Hoffman,
Fear?
where they Sphere, where they
Oh,
go,
Sphere.
yeah, where they go down into the ocean, and
Oh,
there's like an alien ship there, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go like discover. For whatever reason, they're sending a psychologist down there. Don't know why.
dude, that's what they
Anyway,
always did.
dude, and I'm watching this thing because it was like new on Netflix. I'm like, what is this? Like,
What's on
it's probably
Netflix
gonna be
now?
gut. Oh, it's on Aussie Netflix at least.
Okay.
Um, it's hot garbage. I gave it one
Yeah.
star. It's
Yeah.
so bad. And yeah, like just I love '90s movies. I don't know what happened there. Something something happened there. I don't know if it's because it's like late '90s into like the 2000s, and that's kind of where I don't know. I feel like the bracket of like really late '90s, like 98, 99, depending on the movie, through to like 2005. Pretty bad movie years, if you ask me. There's some good stuff like Lord of the Rings. Like there's some
Yeah.
good stuff,
But
but
there's some bad stuff.
there's a lot of garbage,
Yeah.
especially in sci-fi. There's a lot of garbage.
Yeah.
Um, so
Which is
yeah.
funny because I'm pretty sure
Mm.
yeah, Event Horizon was 1997.
See, I like Event Horizon though.
I loved Event Horizon, but it
Yeah.
is pretty unanimously hated on.
Yeah, it's pretty garbage too. Like, but I
It's so
liked it.
good.
I liked it. Um,
There's a
yeah,
lot
I'm
of
just
films in that range that, like you kind of either you love it for the garbage it is, or you call
Yeah.
it out for the garbage it is.
Um, I think the only other thing I watched, which I probably didn't mention last episode, was Rebel Ridge on Netflix.
Mm,
Um, and that won an Emmy or something, so I finally got around to
yeah,
watching it. But yeah, it was pretty good. It's just it's cop,
yeah,
cop, it's
yeah.
what it is. Um,
It'd be
yeah,
like that.
yeah. But other than that, not much, man. Not much. I haven't even really seen like any new upcoming stuff that's super interesting. I did see the trailer for the new Springsteen movie, which I think will be pretty good. I'm more interested in that than I am the Bob Dylan movie. Um,
Mm.
so and it's got
I was
Barry Allen White, the what do you call it? What's that cooking show? The Bear.
I was thinking of the
Yeah.
menu when you said that.
No, no, no. It's got Barry Allen White in it. So
Okay.
we'll see.
I was gonna ask, are
Yeah.
you interested in seeing The Long Walk,
Yeah,
the
I
Stephen
was.
King
I've
one?
heard yeah, I am. I've heard mixed things though.
That's
I'm
kind of what
like,
I have too, and I was wondering
yeah.
if you were gonna watch it like sooner rather than later.
I don't know.
Have you read the book?
Nah.
Okay. Apparently the
Nah.
ending's changed anyway, but
Right. I have no context as to what this really is
yeah,
other than
that's
the one
kind of
trailer with Mark Hamill.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, and I haven't even watched the trailer. I literally just know like the idea of the movie, and that's it.
Yeah, like it sounds interesting enough that it would be like a movie that I'd check out. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was surprised to hear quite mixed things because it looked like it was being set up to be pretty good. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Stephen King everything these days, man. I
Yep.
think there's very little of his work that hasn't been adapted into TV or movie at this
Yeah.
point.
I'm sure at this point he's writing them with the idea of movies in mind.
Yeah, I don't know how much writing he does solo anymore either, because from what I can tell, he writes with his son a lot more now.
Oh, okay.
Um, because like he's
He's
pretty
getting
old.
yeah, I saw
Yeah,
some stuff of him like promoting this and I was like, damn.
yeah. Because I know his son Owen writes a lot. Um,
How does he?
and I've seen a couple of dual books from both of them. So yeah, I wonder if he's doing that stuff a bit more now than
Yeah,
before. But
that would make sense. So I'm sure he doesn't need to write anymore if he doesn't want to.
dude,
Well, he still
that,
writes a
that
lot of short
all
story
over.
collections.
Yeah,
Hmm.
right. That makes sense. But
Yeah, that's fair.
he's always done that too.
Hmm.
Like most of his short stories are the ones that are getting adapted into things. It's not even his books. Like Life of Chuck is a short story from what I understand. Long Walk, is that a short story or is that a novel?
I thought it
It
was
might
a
be a novel.
novel.
Yeah. It might be, yeah, it might be. But I know like I think I can't remember if Midnight Club was I think that's what that was called. I can't remember if that's based on a Stephen King
I th-
property or not. I
I don't
think it
think it
is.
was.
Yeah,
No?
The
No.
Long Walk
Maybe
was
not.
an
The Long Walk
actual
it's a
novel,
novel. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
384
right,
384.
okay.
pages.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
I'm pretty sure Life of Chuck is a short story, but maybe that's also a novel. That's the one with Tom Hiddleston that came out earlier this year. It's like one of
It
his
said a novella.
oh, okay, so it's shorter. Yeah. Yeah. Stephen King, man. Prolific,
Stephen King.
prolific guy. Well, cool. Well, if there's nothing else to chit chat about,
I watched
I
another documentary.
you did? What you
Yeah,
watch?
it was Unknown Number, the cyberbullying documentary for these high school
Oh yeah.
kids.
And how
Spoiler.
was it?
So the
Go on.
daughter and her boyfriend were getting harassed by her mom.
Oh my god.
dun dun dun.
Yeah, the mom fell in love with her daughter's boyfriend and sending very awful messages and also harassing her daughter. And she claims saying, like, I remember being her age, getting cyberbullied, not cyberbullied, but just getting bullied.
Mm.
And it made her want to do that to keep her daughter close.
Oh my god, bro.
And
Interesting.
she also stalked
Interesting. Interesting.
the minor boyfriend. Like
Yeah.
the stalking got so bad that they actually moved away. And then she was still stalking
Crazy.
him, and like she was stalking the kid's new girlfriend. Like,
Those stalker docos are pretty insane. I've watched I watched another true crime one where like it's on Netflix. I have to find it. You'd probably like it. You've probably seen it actually. Um it was really good though, but it was like she was like stalking the guy and then he kept moving, but then she kept like popping up. And then she like got to like she would always weasel her way back into the relationship or something like that, and he would like let her in or like whatever. And then she like burned down her house
what?
with like him in it or some shit. And then like he got out and he's like, I gotta get out of this. I'm like, yeah, no shit, bro. Like,
You think?
I'm probably misremembering completely, but that's what I recall happened. I was like, this is wild. And then yeah, and then some internet security guy at the cop station like discovered like who it actually was, and like it got even deeper then. It was like kind of to the point where it's like, she's your long lost cousin. Like what? Like that wasn't actually it. But it was crazy. It was full on.
I love
But yeah,
watching these because they make my life feel so
that
normal.
your life is normal. Like compared to this fucking batshit crazy shit. Like it's insane. It's like there's no way. Like we're just living our little simple existence compared to this crap.
It's
Full
weird
on.
too, and like the mother's like, I still want to be part of my daughter's life, and I'm like, I don't think.
I don't think this is helping, love. Like like are you serious? Oh god. So is that the doco you watch?
Yeah,
Anything else?
that's the documentary I watched, which was
Nice.
actually pretty good. They filmed it really well. It reminded me a lot about Don't Fuck with Cats.
Oh yeah.
The way they did it, they build it up very well. That was a good one to watch.
Cool. I have to check it out. What's it called?
Unknown Number,
Unknown number.
cyberbullying, something like that. It's on Netflix.
Okay. Cool.
Because you really
Well,
think it's just like a high school drama thing too. I was like, oh, high school, and I'm like, maybe not high school.
maybe
Little
mama.
different.
Yeah. Um, cool. Well, we're not doing the usual pick from the watch list because we're gonna do a little bit of a I don't like I guess we're jumping back in time and we're gonna do a bit of an introductory recording in a couple of weeks when we're all together, which will be good.
Dun dun
Um
dun.
and you know, maybe we'll watch something and we'll talk about that in that too, or something or other. I don't know. Stay
Do you
tuned. We don't even know.
do you still want to do a watch list thing? Because I did make
I mean, we can.
an
I
attempt
just,
at a watch list. I know you're
I
not
just
gonna
don't.
have the most
I
of
just,
time.
yeah. I just don't know if I'll be able to watch it. But I mean, we can.
We can try it.
All right. All
I mean,
right.
to be fair,
Scratch what I said,
it's
folks. We're
more
doing
so
it.
to get through your watch list because
We're
I've
doing
noticed that it's
it.
we started at like 800 and some films and we're now almost at 900, which is the opposite of
I like how we have the opposite problems
the
over here. Like,
plan.
we want to get through Nick's list, but we
How did
also
we
want to
go in the
create a
wrong
list for
direction?
Dofi.
Hold on. How did the number go in the wrong direction?
It's going up.
I love that. It's on brand. Um, why did I click on my watch list? Uh, where are you? Have you put more things on your thing?
I've put some
All right,
things.
all right,
Wait, let
sick.
me
Let's
open
have
mine and see.
no, no, no. Oh shit,
It's
guys!
not crazy.
Everybody listening, everybody listening. Dovey has 43 3 movies on his watch list. You do not understand the significance of this milestone.
Wait, some of these are wrong.
Okay, and
Some
some
of
of them are
actually, okay, wait. Only one of them.
wrong. Okay. Uh, alright.
There, I removed it.
All r
Refresh the page.
Oh, did you remove Sinners?
Oh, I can well, I'm not gonna remove it until I, like
Oh,
I'll
till you
do a
remove
review, I guess, or something, but I had a
it.
movie on here that I had tabbed out for a potential for you that I accidentally had on here.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, if you have one already, you can start. I'm just having a
I
quick look.
just have some so I was actually wondering,
Yeah.
do you want seeing as how we're in October is the spooky season,
Yeah.
do you
Want a
want a
spook movie?
spookers? You want a
Yeah.
spookers?
Yeah, let's do that. That seems yeah,
Okay.
let's play the meta.
I'll take off
As the
Groundhog
kids
Day,
say,
even though you
the
haven't
meta.
fucking seen Groundhog Day.
That's not is that a spooky movie?
No, but it's
Oh.
like
Dude, Good Boy? I saw it actually, I did see this,
wait, is that out?
no, no, I'm just
Oh,
looking through your watch list. I was, like, thinking of movies that are coming up, and I saw this randomly. I'm like, "What a weird little movie." I'm kinda
yeah.
keen to see that. Yeah. Um, yeah, do a spooky movie. That's easy for you because
Have
you've
you
got
seen
most
yeah,
of the
I don't have many, and to be fair, I was,
yeah.
like, looking at a lot of them, and I'm like, "I kinda wanna watch one." Have you seen The Descent
Yeah.
with the female cave
Yeah,
divers?
with the yeah, with
Okay.
the zombie people or whatever.
Yeah, because I was
Yeah.
skimming through it, and I saw a couple horror ones, and I was like, that was one that if it was on your watch list or if you didn't know of it, I would have got you to watch because that's a really good one.
No. Yeah, I've seen that one. Alright, I'm gonna pick Black Phone for you, the first one, because you wanna see the sequel.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's
and
true.
you
I
should
do.
watch it because I yeah, I actually wouldn't mind
Talking about that one.
rewatching it myself. Yeah, and talking about it because yeah, I don't remember it being super great, but
I
I
was
wanted
gonna
to
say
argue.
I remember when it was coming out and it was
Yeah,
very hyped and I wanted to watch it, and then I remember you
yeah.
saying that you weren't the biggest of fans.
No, it was a bit mid, but
Yeah, and then so I
and
didn't watch it, but I
that's
still
quite that's
want to.
not a hot that's not a hot like take either. That's quite
No?
unanimous. Nah. So
Why did it get a
I'm
sequel then?
I don't know. It's a great question. And the sequel's completely
Yeah,
different.
actually, most of the ratings are 3, 3.5. I mean, 4
Yeah,
ratings is up there, but
yeah. It's pretty
interesting.
yes. Anyway, Black Phone, Scott Derrickson. There you go. 2021.
So that yeah,
Ethan Hawke.
that's like a newer one. I think I'm gonna give you an older one,
Oh baby.
and
Oh baby.
I think
Give it
Jen will
to me.
appreciate this and say you have to watch Child's Play.
Oh shit, okay.
Oh,
That is on the list.
yes.
The original Chucky.
All right.
You have no idea how obsessed I am with Child's Play.
Fantastic. This sounds brilliant.
To be fair,
All right.
I might even watch that one again because I think I watched that one, like, obviously not when it came out because I wasn't born yet,
Sophie, you better
but
Yeah.
watch out. If we're gonna watch Child's Play, we're gonna be watching them all. And we are gonna watch The Seed of Chucky too.
What
we'll
have you
see. Because
signed up for,
I
David?
know we watched, like, the new reboot one, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
who
I
did
watched
you
the
watch that
reboot.
with? I didn't watch that.
We watched
I
it.
didn't watch that.
Uh-oh.
Cheating on me.
Wait, what was the new one called
Uh-oh.
again?
I think it's called
It's
Child's
Child's
Play.
Play.
Is it called Child's Play?
Yeah, it's the same
20
name.
2019.
2019.
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, Dovey's seen it. Says
I
his mom
yeah,
too
I've
as well.
seen it.
I saw it. Did we
This is
see it?
2019. So this is 2019. So this would have been like
Close to COVID.
close, yeah, just before
I was
COVID. We were working in
I was
Granville.
yeah, I was there. Maybe we saw it.
Maybe we saw it.
Yeah.
Classic Dofi cheating on me with Nick.
I rated
Before
it
we were
one and a
even started
half.
dating.
You gave it an extra half star? It was,
Yeah, I felt bad. I felt bad, man.
it was pretty bad, but the OG one should be good. What
All right,
we
Child's
we
Play.
might rewatch it. We'll see. We'll see how much time we have.
Black Phone and Child's Play, folks. They are the picks, as well as a little bit of an introductory to. I don't know.
We'll do we'll do
You'll see
something.
what it is. Yeah, we'll do something. Look, I know that like we're already like what 4 episodes in now apparently, and
Or 5 if you're not counting.
bro, I'm telling you, I swear we got 5. I swear we got 5. I'm not like, hold on, hold
If
on.
Jen says it's 4, I'm just trusting 4. It felt like 4.
Oh no, it's yeah, it's 3. We've
Don't
done, yeah,
doubt
this
Yeah,
is
me.
we've
4.
we've we've posted 3. We're recording our 4th now.
I control your social media.
Yeah, I was gonna say I really shouldn't question the one that edits these.
Right.
What do I know? I just talk shit.
Yeah.
I just go on 10-minute rants about Pitch Perfect.
Hell yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Alrighty. That's good. Well, that's it, folks. That's another episode of On the List, your favorite movie podcast. I'm Nick. That's Dovey. And that's Jen. And we'll catch you next time for On the List.
Huzzah.
Very good. There we go.